daily struggle. The fighting raged not only on the land, but along the waterways and high seas as well. The sweeping currents of the winding Mississippi and its tributaries were essential arteries of commerce and of communication for both the Union and the Confederacy. The importance of controlling river traffic was summed up by President Lincoln. Vicksburg is the key, he said, and the war cannot be brought to a successful conclusion until that key is in our pocket. The North had industry, foundries, machine shops, and dockyards. The South, agricultural with little heavy industry, had to cope with the Yankee power afloat by the use of novel weaponry. The Union built ironclad gunboats, armed with many cannon and designed with flat bottoms and paddle wheels to glide over the river's shallow. One of these was Cairo. She and her 6 sisters were built by noted river engineer James B. Eads and spearheaded the Union campaign against Forts Henry, Donelson, and points down the Mississippi. Cairo measured 175 feet long, 51 feet wide, and was manned by 175 officers and men and mounted 13 big guns. It was with ironclads like Cairo that the North developed and maintained an overwhelming naval presence on the western waters. To combat the Union gunboats, the South developed an ingenious waterproof torpedo, many of them made from a simple glass jar packed with black powder and detonated with percussion caps of friction primer by men posted ashore. On the morning of December 12, 1862, Confederates huddled behind Blake's Liffey, within sight of the muddy Yazoo, waiting. A flotilla including Cairo steamed into view and began searching for and destroying torpedoes. Cairo Commander Thomas O. Selfridge, carrying small arms fire, thought his flotilla was under attack and ordered his ironclad into position when 2 successive explosions rocked the hull. While crew members abandoned ship, the 880-ton Cairo sank into 6 fathoms of water, disappearing in a total of 12 minutes without any loss of life. Cairo rested on the bottom for more than 90 years, her hull protected from decay by the silk which sealed her tomb. In 1956, Vicksburg Park historian Edwin Buss and Don Jacks and Warren Grayboot pinpointed Cairo's grave from the surface. 4 years later, scuba divers Ken Parks and Skeeter Hart groped their way through muddy water in search of the precious artifacts impacted in the debris. Barge-mounted cranes brought the pilot house to the surface, along with 1 cannon, raising with them added incentive to salvage Cairo. In 1963, the Mississippi Agricultural and Industrial Board and Operation Cairo sought to raise the craft. Together with the Naval Underwater Demolition Team, Operation Cairo divers raised the boat's remaining 12 guns and other interesting gun deck objects. The salvage team first attempted to seesaw cables under the hull, attaching them to huge barges on each side of the sunken vessel. The barges were then flooded until they were nearly submerged. The plan was to await the seasonal high water, pump the water from the barges, and by using their buoyancy, lift Cairo from her grave. Then once the river fell, Cairo would be left sitting mostly high and hopefully dry. But the winter rise came sooner than expected. Fierce currents wrenched the barges loose from their moorings and the cables pulled from under the hull.